I have this major human flaw that makes me willingly launch and play Marvel Rivals on at least a weekly basis, but I do care about myself, so I really only play PvE, and I play PvE to slowly earn currency to spend on pretty skins. I like the skins in Rivals. It feels like a lot of care goes into the majority of the designs. Not all, but the majority of the designs. Having said that, however, it does seem like the consistency of the quality is inconsistent. Some of them are so far ahead in terms of quality skins, it's kind of crazy. Like Hela is putting up insane numbers that lady does not miss. And then some others genuinely feel like Gang and Hairline have a personal vendetta against them and want to see them burn in hell. One example of this that really stands out to me is the subject of today's video, Emma Frost. There's just something so sick and twisted about loudly claiming to be the most fashionable superhero ever, hosting a gala, and at said gala, getting outdressed by Wolverine. I'm gonna throw up. Her skins are an endless parade of leotards and butt capes. She just got a swimsuit skin, but I'd argue that any of her other costumes are a few modifications away from becoming a swimsuit. There's a weird dissonance between what she says she wears and what she actually wears. Like, girl, you keep talking about wearing designer, but where is it? And I'll tell you where it is. It's in my head, and it's been there for months. So today, I'd like to try and design a skin that I think Emma deserves. But it's really a skin that I deserve because I feel like I'm going crazy. Also, disclaimer. I've seen a lot of comments about Rivals and the sexualization of their characters and how skins make it seem like a gooner game and calling a lot of the skins gooner skins. And I just want to take the opportunity to say that I am not one of y'all. So many of you sound like absolute dweebs who need a wedgie. You're complaining about comic book superheroes from comic books being sexualized. You sound like a pilgrim. Get well soon. Anyway, first step, reference gathering. Pinterest irritates me really bad, but it's pretty useful for references, so here we are. I have a fashion board already that I usually pull from, but I still looked around and grabbed every Frost adjacent Mugler piece I could find and anything that kind of gave the gala vibe that I imagined. So like anything extra and expensive looking, something that gives opulence instead of whatever the fuck they've been doing. Next, after loosely organizing them into sections, hair, top, bottom, shoes, etc., I move the board into Clip Studio. Side note, I don't normally do all of this. It's purely to look more knowledgeable and professional for this video, but whatever. And I started writing notes and picking and choosing what parts I wanted to use. I also made a mental list of shit to avoid, like the butt cape, the pointed up shoulders, that fucking leotard that they can't let go of. I thought for a while that they just wanted a set silhouette for each character, but then they gave Iron Man that goofy ass trash can skin, so they're more than willing to play with new shapes for the characters. Oh, and also, I didn't know where else to include this in the script. I begged for a high ponytail for one of her skins because I think it would look nice, and I don't really like this like short hairstyle that they're so committed to giving her. But then the monkey paw curled and Gang released this. I'm sick. Now, at some point during the design process, I started getting kind of lost and aimless. I didn't know if I wanted to make the gala theme skin that I've had in mind this entire time, or if I wanted to make just a theme-free baseline skin that I felt suited her better than whatever the hell this is. So, against my better judgment, I opened the game and I asked the fanbase itself. I just went in and I asked for their opinion, and once they solved my impossible riddle, I went back in with the new goal of making a base theme-free Emma Frost skin. Just Emma. And you might have noticed that there aren't any comic book Emma photos in my ref pool, and that's just because her fits in the vast majority of her appearances are just her in a corset and underwear, and it's so whack, and I didn't want it anywhere near me during this process. And then, somewhere along the way, I started overthinking and stressing and doubting every single thing that I did. I was preemptively applying possible negative critique toward a design that didn't exist yet. Question mark? That all this time spent talking up my little fan design to friends and patrons was going to be a letdown. And then I thought, who am I letting down? You? I don't even know you. So, after I remembered who the fuck I was, I locked in and I went full self-indulgence and I made this. I love her. Having this concept sketched up was such a massive weight off my shoulders because I've been meaning to make this skin and video since January. Get off me. And I panicked a lot because I thought this video would be on a massive time crunch because I had to make sure I released it before she got a skin that was really like dope, that fit her really well, and it'd be like, okay, well, I don't need this video anymore. But the skins that were released while I put this off were just I worked comfortably. The rest of the video at this point is just going to be the process of the full illustration of the completed skin. This video took me so long to finish because I kept losing motivation to do so because Rivals, I'm not gonna lie to you, it's hard being a big fan of a game when it seems like they don't really fuck with black characters. Like, I still can't get over how none of the black heroes got disco skins. And even on the second go round, they don't have swimsuit skins. And it's hard for me to count Cloak because I'm almost certain that if he was not literally attached to Dagger, he wouldn't get any skins either. I mean, they won't even give him legs. A big reason for lost motivation, though, is their continued use of Gen AI. I think it's really corny and embarrassing. I already stopped spending real money on skins. I wasn't really spending much because, I mean, you do get a lot of free currency, but I guess more so in the pass, like the mini pass skins. Like, I don't buy those. I'm not spending real money on this game anymore. And I don't really see myself even drawing more Rivals specific fan art, which is fine. I don't draw much fan art anyway. I'd like to try a little bit more. Maybe I'll use this channel to explore more fan art and stuff. So, I mean, honestly, if there's something from a certain series, whether I've drawn it or referenced it before or not, that you feel like might look cool in my art style or you'd like to see my take on it, feel free to leave a little suggestion in the comments. I'll read it. I might do it. Maybe. I don't know. Even Rival specific fan art not happening anymore is completely fine because obviously the Marvel characters exist outside of the game, so it's not a big loss. I will probably at least mention the game in the future because I've been meaning to make a video about how some people really struggle drawing dark skin and they draw black people gray, like they're dead or something, and I don't know, it's a little like odd that it happens even in Marvel Rivals because they have a reference of him readily available to any artist that could be working on the game, and it's, how did this happen? Anywho, I'm gonna leave you here with the process because I don't have much else to add and I don't want to force a yap session, so I'll be back when she's done. And here she is. Thank you so much for checking out my little video. I hope you all like how she looks. She's already posted on my socials, and the high res is coming to my patrons in this next drop. So check that out if you're interested in such a thing. Yeah. Thanks again for watching, and I'll be back soon. Bye!